This solves one of the biggest problems I have with travel, which is when you first arrive at a place, you can always buy a SIM card, but usually when you arrive at an airport, you're paying inflated prices to get a SIM card, and it's kind of hard to know what to do, and you need data. It's always kind of scary when you go to a new place. This works just about anywhere in the world. It has free data that's 1 gig of data each month, and if you use up the gig of data, then it also has 10 gigabytes of international data as a backup. This was sent to me so I could test it out. I've been kind of communicating back and forth with the company that makes this, asking a bunch of questions that I have with this. I will get to that and I will show some of the tests I've ran on this, but first let me show you how to set this up and use it. This is exactly how it arrives, so let's have a closer look at the hotspot itself. With the hotspot, you do get a USB-C to USB-C charging cable. Pretty simple but sleek design, kind of looks like an orange hockey puck. On the back here is a sticker for what we need to connect. I'm going to go ahead, press and hold to turn it on. It does do a little vibration. You probably could not see that, but a nice little touch there. So I connected to the SSID and password that's listed on the back of this, but I'm not connected to the internet yet. There is a QR code on the back of this that I need to scan to download the app. When you scan the QR code, it brings you to this page. So it shows how much data I have remaining. Like, it recognizes the device, apparently. That's pretty interesting. But how does it do that? That's pretty cool. It even knows the battery level and that it's offline. I'm going to go ahead and install the app. You will need to sign up, but you can do that with your Google account. And that took literally about 5 seconds to do. Set up new device. Whoa. Let me try connecting to the hotspot connection again and see if I can bypass this. All right, so back at this screen, let's press setup device, log in. Well, the light on this changed from being crazy to steady. So I think we are good. To verify, let me connect to this hotspot and let me go back to fast.com. I am connected to this now, and downstairs where I am, I usually get pretty poor signal. So I am not expecting super fast speeds with this, and that seems to be consistent with what I'm seeing here. I will try a speed test in different areas to see how this is. 1.7 megabits per second where I'm getting very poor signal. I mean, that's still functional for a lot of things. Now when I log in to my account, it says I've got lifetime data renewal in a month from today. One device online, I'm connected via T-Mobile. And if I look at my plan, it shows what my coverage is, renewal date, how much space I have remaining, set to auto renew, but I don't have a credit card added, so I'm gonna have a tough time with that. And it looks like this also comes with an activated but not yet in use pre-bundle global 10 gigabytes of data. One nice thing you can do with the hotspot is you can actually choose a Wi-Fi name and password. So you could even match up your Wi-Fi and password at your home. You can set it to be auto 2.4 or 5 gigahertz. But that way, if you have the same SSID as your home, once you turn it on, leave your home, you don't have to reconnect any of your phones or devices or anything. They will already automatically connect. One of my biggest concerns with this was simply how well does this actually work? Like, if you're going out in different places, if it doesn't get a signal, then obviously it's kind of worthless. So I've been kind of experimenting, going to different places that are traditionally dead zones for me that don't work with my phone. And this has actually worked really well in all of those places. Obviously, depending on where you are and how good of a signal you get, it's going to impact the speed. For example, here in my basement, this is kind of a dead zone for cell phones, so I don't get super fast speeds here, but other places I get much faster speeds. Just something to be aware of, depending on what your signal is like, will impact the speed on this. Another test I did with this is I wanted to see how long it would last on battery, so I turned this on and left it on all day. I think I was able to get it running for an hour and a half. Now, I wasn't connected to it that whole time, but I was really impressed. An hour and a half with this this on the whole time. So this is one of those things, as long as you have it charged in the morning, you can take this wherever you need to go. If you're traveling, you don't have to worry about charging it. It holds a charge for quite a while. And the main questions I had with this that I wrote to them and asked is what happens after you run out of data? So here's how this works. You get 1 free gig of data each month. If you use that all up, then what it's going to do is it's going to fall back to 10 gigs of global data. And if you use up all of those 10 gigs, your two options are basically you wait until the beginning of the month where you get another gig of data, or you can purchase a plan to get more data. It doesn't have unlimited data at a throttled speed. It doesn't do throttled speeds or anything like that. It's basically your 1 free gig a month or your 10 free gigs of global data. And once you use that up, you just have to wait until the beginning of the month until that renews, or you can purchase a plan and get more. What I really like about this is most of the time when I travel, I don't necessarily need a lot of data. The main important thing is that I'm able to send messages. So like Google Meet messages or text messages or something like that where I use data. 1 gig is more than enough. You can have your whole family connected to this. You can connect 10 devices at once. So if you are looking for something kind of as an emergency situation where you're in a place you're unfamiliar, you don't know where to get a SIM card and you just need something, this is going to work great for that. I know a lot of times when we travel or we're doing a road trip, we give our kids tablets. There are times when we need to manage the device through the internet. So something like this would be awesome where we could turn it on for a few minutes, have everyone connect. You can get your emails or messages or manage devices, whatever you need to do, then turn it back off. With 1 free gig a month for your lifetime, this is one of those things that I would recommend just about anyone get. It's something you can actively use if you know you're going to travel. Even if you travel internationally and plan on buying a SIM card at the area you go to, this is kind of nice before you buy the SIM card, or if something goes wrong, you have a backup. Really cool device.